Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in to the Big Man on Campus Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, the Big Man on Campus. It is Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019. We'll get to another night of baseball here coming up off of a winning night on the Diamond with free picks. Hit my premium play with Lipscomb, and that was a nice night last night. Obviously, we will look to maybe find a baseball winner or two tonight. We'll just take it how it comes here tonight on the show. Obviously, this show going forward is a lot different than normal just because we don't have 50 basketball games to talk about night in and night out. But, we will get at it. I don't know why this collar's so tight. I'm losing a little weight. But either way, we are back. I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are. Feel free to send in any questions that you might have, and we will get to some winners tonight. Do me a favor, please like the show. Please subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, make sure you chat with us on the chat box. Say hello. And yeah, that's that. So how's everyone doing? Obviously, we had a fun night last night in the NIT. TCU didn't get it done, but the game that I cared about most was Lipscomb. I sent that out like 2 or 3 days ago. Really liked the side, and it didn't work for about 30 minutes. It didn't play very well, but it was nice to see them come back and do what they do. They did it against NC State. It was nice to see them do it last night as well. A couple of baseball games here that have went final. The Phillies have just lost to the Washington Nationals. Really a game that they had really no business winning. I mean, they didn't play particularly well. Pitching wasn't good today. And the bullpen coughed it up after they got a lead. Look, if you score 8 runs, you should surely win a game. But today the pitching just wasn't particularly good. Nola was horrible. This is one of his worst starts he's really had. Then Dominguez comes in. He gives up some runs. And David Robinson was really bad. You got to hope that bullpen isn't your weak link this year, where you're up 7-4 and you're losing 8-7 or so on. You were up in this game, 8-6, I believe, after the McCutcheon double. You added on another one. You go up 8-6 after Segura single. I mean, you really should win the game, okay? Because you should go from Dominguez or whoever to David Robertson, and that should be enough. So not good enough for the Phillies today. I can't really knock them much because they've won 5 in a row. But the error obviously hurt from Rhys Hoskins, and it just was kind of a poor job today by Aaron Nola. Starting pitching really put you in a real hole. A couple other games, Colorado, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been an under machine. Minnesota beats Kansas City. Kyle Gibson blew a big lead there, but Minnesota was able to rally and get the job done there. Minnesota playing some good baseball to start the season. They're 4-1. Couple of road wins here. So nice job by them. Trevor May comes in. Blake Parker cleaned up the job for that group. And, per usual, Homer Bailey wasn't very good. So we'll get into some of the games tonight. Obviously, I guess we'll kind of see how this show goes. Look, I get like people want basketball and everything, but, the season's ending. Numbers have definitely dropped on this show considerably, which definitely kind of suck. We got to kind of build it back up. It's kind of a shame that's how it goes. We had we were getting 500 people in here certain days during the show, and now it's down to like 100 people a show, which is definitely kind of irritating and weird. We had a nice run with this channel as far as in basketball, but unfortunately, guys, I can't have shows at 5 o'clock every day when there are games from 12 on. I know people aren't as particularly interested in baseball as basketball, but we'll keep doing it for all the great people that are in here now. Do me a favor, please support my bookie. You want to keep these shows free. You want to obviously keep these shows on. I can't sit here and do these shows for free. It's a small way of saying thanks for doing the show. Go support my bookie, get an account, put some money on there, and grab a great book. It's a great way to keep the show free, and it allows me to kind of keep the show going. My bookie has all sorts of great options, whether you're betting on wrestling, golf, hockey, basketball. My bookie has you covered with easy withdrawal options, makes it a perfect way to get in, get out, do whatever you want to do, or just have a book long term. My bookie's got you covered. You think you beat the books, go beat my bookie. Use promo code BMOC when you open your account. Get yourself a 50% deposit bonus. So again, you put $300 on there, going to give you $150 for free to bet some games. So it's a nice way to get your bankroll going. Obviously, rollover requirements are in the terms and conditions. Plus, it is up to $1,000 on the deposit bonus. So make sure you're supporting mybookie.ag. Use promo code BMOC when you open your account and get yourself a nice bonus. Let's kind of get into the baseball. Then we'll take some questions. I had a couple, and really kind of go wherever you guys want to go. Mets, Miami. Don't really have much in this game. I'm not really wanting to get in the way of Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom, 25 straight quality starts. Pretty unbelievable. Jacob deGrom is as good as it gets, and I really don't want to step in front of him, but I also really don't lay this kind of number, so there really was no value in this game for me. Cardinals, Pittsburgh, Tyone against Mikolas. I had Mikolas in game one against the Braves, or not the Braves, whoever the Cardinals played in the first series. I gave up 3 home runs. He wasn't very good, and he had a rough opening day. But I'm confident going back to him here. He's been good over the years. I like his obviously low walk rate. Tyone's obviously particularly good as well. I kind of think this is a great first 5 under. If you have an idea with it, I think both these teams will kind of be feeling each other out. Feeling both pitchers out. It wouldn't surprise me if this game's 3-1 or 2-1 in the first 5, and then it ends up being 6-4 or something. These bullpens I'm not in love with, but I'm confident in Mikolas that he'll bounce back here. And I think at this kind of price, I'm always interested in the Cardinals. They'd be a play that I'd have my eye on tonight. Mikolas laying 105 or even money, really, depending where you look. A play that I'm definitely going to recommend tonight, I'm going to take the Cubbies tonight, plus 115 against the Atlanta Braves. I faded the Braves the other night. They hurt me. I'm going back to the well with the Cubs. I like this pitching matchup. I'm a big John Lester guy. John Lester just continues to put up good numbers. He had a good opening day, and he had good numbers last year against this Braves team. Cubs lead the league in batting average at 327, 7 runs a game. I'm confident tonight that they're going to get the good pitching. That's really the only reason the Cubs have struggled. The pitching's been horrible. But I like Lester in this game to go decently deep. He's going to give them some good innings, I think. You look at Tehran. I think he'll have a pretty big renaissance here. You look at Tehran, his velocity's up. He is pitching better, but the way this Cubs team's at the plate right now, and with the ability of John Lester, I'll gladly take the plus money price with, to me, the better team. To me, with the team with the better pitcher, I'll grab Lester, who has good numbers against the Braves lately. Holland against Stripling, Dodgers against San Francisco. I'm a big Stripling guy, but I'm also a big Dodger guy. This team leads the league in runs scored. You have a team on the other side in the Giants that are really having issues out of the gate, only hitting 206, 28th in runs scored so far, and just really haven't gotten much out of their lineup. Maybe adding a guy like Kevin Pillar will fix that. Again, though, a big price here on the Giants. You got to wonder, can this bullpen, who has definitely seen some changes, can they close it out here? I kind of like the Dodgers on the run line, but I'm only getting 8 at-bats here, which sucks. So this is one I'd kind of avoid. But I do like Stripling. He could gladly shut this group out. San Francisco really struggling. Maybe a team total is in order here. Let's go to my bookie and see what the team total is. I'd imagine it's going to be 3.5 on the Giants tonight. Let me go ahead and check here. My bookie is has got all the team totals. Also, if you're interested in my bookie, they have all sorts of prop bets and all sorts of things like that per usual. Team total in the Giants at 2.5. So I thought at least maybe 3, but yeah, just not enough for me on that, especially with that bullpen. So that will be a pass for me. Houston and Texas. Houston found some way to score some runs last night, but they couldn't get on the same page with the pitching. Houston's been very inconsistent so far, but I like them in this game to beat up Mike Minor. Mike Minor is a questionable MLB pitcher. He's a guy that I'm not sure if he belongs here. He's had no success in his career against this Astro team, and I think maybe this Astro team got going a little bit last night lineup-wise. So, maybe have your eye on the run line here. But with the inconsistencies with Houston right now, I'm not running to the window to get involved with them. I like Garrett Cole, Shirley. I'll tell you what. I think Garrett Cole is going to have a lot of success against this lineup tonight. Maybe an under. Maybe this is like a 4-2, 5-2 type of game, but not much here. Boston, Oakland. Look, I'm not getting involved with Boston right now. They're just not any good, and to me, I'm not really crazy about Oakland either. I think a lot of the time they're too reliant on the home run, so it's a pass for me. All in all, I like the Cubbies tonight against the Braves. That's going to be my my kind of free play of the day on just a 6-game card. So yeah, that's that. Very quick and to the point. No need to screw around here. A couple of comments here. College basketball and baseball are my 2 favorite capping sports, so I'll be hanging around. Well, good to see. Thank you. Guys, listen, I will ask one more thing of you, and I'd ask that you do this every day when you come into the show. If you have Twitter, retweet the show, okay? It's not asking a lot. It's not, anything you got to do. It's just hitting a button. It's very helpful in growing this show. Obviously, we had a great following during basketball, and I get you people might look at me as a certain handicapper, as maybe it's too early to bet baseball or whatever. But do me a favor and retweet the show. Here's what I love about my channel. Every day I look at my statistics and my followers are going up. My subscribers are going up. Every day I get 3 or 4 new subscribers. For a channel like mine, I'm very happy with that. I built this channel. I built up a group, a listener base. I have 13,000 Twitter followers. I know all of them are not going to come watch my show, but if I can get a nice grouping of people every day, that's all I ask. Just do me a favor and hit the retweet button on Twitter. All shows need growth. All shows need that. So obviously, I thank all of you for doing it. Bob, Tug, Dave, MCA, Nick, Caesar, the Warrior. Who else do we have here? Thanks all of you for doing that. It is very helpful. Yankees, what's up? Yep, Yankees did blow it. I'm actually on Detroit first 5 here, plus a half, so I'm very happy with that. Brian Rowe, what's going on? Jeff Wright, thank you. Anyone on South Florida catching 5 tonight? I'm going to get into that game in just a second. What's up, Salty? Gwanda White, Dexter, Eric, Mike, Mitchell, Russ B, Mikey D, Mike Butler, James Wolf, Sports with Scott. What's happening? Thank you, Leroy. Thanks for watching. Adam Morera. What's up? Quickly, South Florida, DePaul. This is game 2 of a 3-game series. Obviously, South Florida up 1-0 after their win the other night down at the Yuengling Center in Tampa. We're back in Chicago, though, tonight for game 2. Look, I lean DePaul as far as getting the job done tonight, but I like them more in the first half. If I had to play it, I would look first half with DePaul. I think they come out and kind of right the wrongs of the first game. They didn't play well in the first half. South Florida's been at home for a long time. South Florida has not left the state of Florida really since March 14th. They've been at home for a while. Obviously, I think this is going to be tough, quick turnaround on the road against a team that can go up and down. It wouldn't surprise me if DePaul kind of start quicker than they did the other night. And And look, I'm not a big South Florida guy. I think DePaul will find a way to win this tournament. I like Struss a lot. Eli Kane, Paul Reed's a sharpshooter. They're going to be without Devin Gage tonight, which is definitely a loss. Pretty good role player for this group. But I think they come out with a little bit more fervor. I think there's a 2.5 still out there in the first half. If you can still get that, I would definitely probably co-sign that one. Is he capping college baseball or what sport? Where can you donate? You can donate. I'm not sure what you mean by donate. Just email me at bmocsports at gmail.com, bmocsports at gmail.com if you have any questions. Also, my MLB premium plays will be getting going on Monday. If you wish to opine and join us, you can email me bmocsports at gmail.com, bmocsports at gmail.com if you have interest in getting involved with those. USF is very poor at free throws. Yes, that's something that I have a big issue with. That's where DePaul can really kind of pull away, I feel like, in this game. I lean DePaul in the first half. I would kind of get them out of the gate here. I think they'll start a bit better than they did in the first game. And the obviously the free throws are concerning. They're leaving points at the line way too much. This is also a real good rebounding team, DePaul. I think their tempo could be inserted here, and I think this game could get into a bit of a running match. That's not exactly what South Florida wants to do. South Florida very reliant on getting to the free throw line, not something that DePaul does on a regular basis. The reason DePaul lost the other night was because they got out such a poor spot, poor start. It'll get going quicker tonight. I lean first half with DePaul here in this one. All right, guys. Show is kind of opened up now. Any questions that you have, I would love to get to. I got some questions for a Q&A, but we'll see where you guys want to kind of go with it first. So if you have anything, feel free to send it in. We talked the other day about the AAF. Look, the AAF is done. It was cool for about an hour, and then it got kind of lame. So that's no surprise. John Morant's going to the NBA. We all know about that. Pretty cool thing there. We'll see him at the next level. Any best play tonight? I said it was the Cubs about 2 or 3 times. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. Thank you, Corey Kelly. USF goes through long scoring droughts. They surely do. That's obviously something you don't want to do against DePaul. Let me see here one thing before we do anything. Dave Mason just tweeted out the next UCLA men's basketball head coach will be Mick Cronin plus 200, Jamie Dixon minus 200, Randy Bennett 12-1, Shaka Smart 16-1, Earl Watson 16-1, Luke Walton 20-1, Billy Donovan 12-1. I think it's pretty much surely going to be Jamie Dixon. Dixon is from Northern Hollywood. I believe he was born there. Who would I pick first, Williamson or Moran? Really depends on who gets the number 1 pick. If it's the Suns, I would take Moran. If it's the New York Knicks, I would take Williamson. If it's Cleveland, obviously I would take Williamson. But it really depends on where the lottery is going to fall. We see kids, obviously. If you have any draft questions, I'm interested. I'm always a big draft guy. I'll have my full mock. You obviously see kids making their move up and their moves down. I definitely think there's some kids that are making some moves down. I think Cam Reddish continues to kind of collapse to me. I wonder about his motor at times. He's a guy that you wonder, is he fully interested at times? Seems like his scoring prowess had issues. I think DeAndre Hunter is another guy you're starting to see, what actually is he able to do from an offensive standpoint. I think he's a great defensive player, but is he a capable scorer? Darius Garland's a name you're going to hear about, a guy that maybe you're not real familiar with, but he's a guy that can really knock it down. He was out last year with an injury, so he's going to move up. I've also heard that Bol Bol, a lot of people are bullish on him, but there are people that are a little worried that he could be a big-time bust. But I think the talent's there. He, I think, is pushing towards the lottery. I don't think he's there just yet. Matisse Thybulle, the guy to keep your eye on. He's a guy that can play a few different positions. Terrific defender, led the country in steals. Fantastic player. Huge fan of his, Matisse Thybulle. I'd love to see the Philadelphia 76ers grab him around that 34, 35 range. PJ Washington, he helped himself this year. I think he'll keep moving up. Ty Jerome, another one. His defense has really, I think, been kind of in I mean, people are seeing it at this point. He's going to be a great player at the next level. Chumo Kiki, even with the injury, he continues to be a name people want to hear about. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are moving up. There's guys that are moving down. There's guys that will be drafted, that won't be drafted. So, yeah, it's fascinating. All right, plenty of things here. Dixon doesn't want to leave his alma mater or following Ben Howland's footsteps. Okay, I mean, maybe so, but according to what I've heard, they're in talks right now and they're in finalization. Would I rather have Morant or Trae Young? I'd rather have Morant. I think Morant will be Russell Westbrook-like, which, by the way, Russell Westbrook, legendary last night, completely amazing. That's a good question. I'd rather have Morant probably. But, I mean, we can't lie and say Trae Young hasn't had a great season. Where do you rank Quentin Grimes as he declares after a disappointing season? I don't know. I mean, I would probably say at this point, I'm not sure he would be someone I'm interested in at this point. And maybe in the second round, but I don't really have him in my. I mean, at least at this point, I don't really have him in my draft. To be honest, I think he's a guy that had a really poor senior season, and I'm looking over my kind of preliminary one. I don't have him in my draft, and if it is, it's late. This is actually a pretty talented group, and there's a lot of good players in this draft. A lot of really good bigs. A lot of good threes. So I don't necessarily have him in my draft class right now. Who should the Sixers target? The Sixers should target right away like a 3. They don't really I don't think they have to target necessarily anybody, but I think obviously, you're looking at their depth chart. I think shoring up the backup center position. I mean, look, I like Boban Marjanovic, but I mean, he really isn't suited for this way of playing. I mean, he's not mobile enough, really. That's kind of your issue. Is Justin Patton going to be able to be anything? I don't know. Amir Johnson's getting older. I would definitely like to see them maybe do something there. I think if Naz Reid's available, I would take Naz Reid probably if I was the Sixers. That would be at 26. I think Naz Reid will be there. He would be a guy that I'd have my eye on if I'm the Sixers. Maybe a Nicholas Claxton out of Georgia. He's a guy that I would target maybe. You also look at the Sixers. Obviously, I think you need another point guard. TJ McConnell's a nice player, but I think you need someone that can create his own shot and get to the hole and can continue to play really good defense. Around that 26 range where they're going to pick, Ashton Higgins is a guy that maybe they'll have their eye on. Ty Jerome, I think he's definitely an option that I wouldn't mind. Ty Jerome's kind of a better version of McConnell. He's kind of that junkyard dog, that can defend, but he can also score and shoot the ball. I'm not necessarily a big fan of TJ from a scoring perspective, but I think if I'm the Sixers at that 26 spot, I'm looking for a Daniel Gafford, a Naz Reid, or I'm going point guard with Ty Jerome probably, or Ashton Hagens. Did I bet anyone in Valero? Yeah, I took Tony Finau, and I'm considering maybe another one, but I'm not really getting big into this one just because the Masters is next week. I might take a shot with Jonathan Vegas at 35-1 on Byung-Hoon. I had some ideas with Hoon. Hasn't really missed a cut in a long time, but I like Finau at 16-1. Good driver. He's a guy that I definitely have my eye on. As far as real long shots, I don't know. Charlie Hoffman's won here before. Maybe take a shot with him. But yeah, I'm going to just kind of stick with not a ton of risk on this one. I made some real profit last week with getting on. Who did I get on last week? In fucking match play. Who did I get on? I'm drawing a blank right now. Let me look at my history. I fucking forget. Who did I fucking take? I had Billy Horschel. Oh, Kisner. That's right. Kevin Kisner. I took Kisner live at 8-1 on Saturday. Kisner was able to get the job done. So I'll probably risk a unit or two on I'd risk a unit on Finau, and then I'll risk probably maybe a half a unit on like Charlie Hoffman or Bjorn, maybe. I don't know. Do I think Herman Edwards is top 20? Not sure what you mean. Carson Edwards, you mean? I think he's moving up. No, I wouldn't have him in. No, I don't even have him in the first round. I have him kind of like early second round. I mean, the problem with him is, I mean, he's 6 foot. He's a great shooter. But we saw kind of a guy like, Jalen Brunson, who, had a great career in college, but I mean, he was kind of in that late first round kind of area. I think he can move up. I mean, I think he's kind of definitely moved up and his stock has moved up, but no, he's not. No, he's not top 20. No, not to me. When you start preparing for the upcoming football season, not until July usually. And I have to prepare because I had a bad season last year. Really have to get back at it this year. Who would I vote for NBA MVP? Who would I vote for the MVP? Well, I think obviously it's going to come down to either, Giannis Antetokounmpo or, James Harden. Paul George has had a great season. I don't know. I'm not really sure how, like with what James Harden's done this year. I'm kind of looking at him. He had that crazy run where he was just like, I mean, scoring 50 like it was his fucking day job. Either Antetokounmpo or James Harden. Who has more of an upside in the pros, Carson Edwards or Shamori Pons? That's a good one, actually. Pons, I want to see. I haven't went real deep into the second round yet. I'm really just kind of just starting out here with my mocks and stuff. Has he declared Shamori Pons? I don't remember him declaring. If I was him, I would consider going back to school. But now I'm seeing 6 days ago that he did declare. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really gotten much into the second round as far as where he'll kind of be in the NBA. But I think at this point, probably Edwards. Pons, I don't know if he's a good enough shooter to be in the NBA. But I think if he declares what he has, I'd probably say he's, I don't know, 35-ish range. But he's definitely second round. I think Carson Edwards is making a case to move into the first round. So I would say who will have a better career? I don't know, probably Edwards. Thibault will be in the league a long time. Yeah, I agree 100%. 1,000% actually. They waived Justin Patton? Really? I didn't know that. He's still in their depth chart. Was I a Nipsey fan? Favorite track? No, I can't say I was. I hate to say this. I've never listened to his music, to be honest. Um, I'm just an East Coast guy. I mean, I have my guys that I like, and I kind of just stick in that rotation. I'm not really into new rap, to be really honest with you. Um, I kind of just focus on, kind of like the freestyle stuff and ciphers and stuff like that. As far as like what do I listen to now, I listen to a lot of real street stuff. The China Mac, people like that. Benny the Butcher, Conway, West Side Gun, Sue Surf, Fred the Godson. A lot of East Coast rap. I'm not really to into West Coast stuff. I respect the kid. Obviously, I hope that he rests easy and his family's okay. But I can't say I listen to his music to be really frank with you. But I like Action Bronson. I mean, he's probably the more mainstream rapper I like. So you don't need to say you have a question. Just ask the question, Ro. I mean, there's no reason you don't have to say you have a question. Just ask the question. Questions are welcomed here. Just ask the question. Let's hope it's an interesting one, Ro. Because yeah, how did I have a feeling it was one of these stupid hedge questions? Listen, Brian, I think I've told you like multiple times. Yeah, if I had Texas Tech, I would hedge at this point. No, I would not hedge Virginia. Listen, guys, I don't really ask me hedge questions. It's up to you if you want to hedge. It's not my money. I don't have any money in it. I don't. I'm not getting anything out of it. I don't know your financial situation, so I don't really have comfortability of answering that. Um, congratulations, man. I would probably stay home on Virginia, and I'd probably hedge Texas Tech. It really is up to how much you need the money. I don't know. That's your call. Can you use my bookie in Washington State? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know the rules there. I would maybe give it a try and see. That's a good question. I don't know. But if I were you, with if let me tell you this, if that was me and I had those two futures, I would just ride them both out because you just need both of them to win this game, next game, and you're in just a terrific spot. So yeah, I to me, $20 is or $100 is not. I'm not really. I mean, maybe on the Texas Tech one, I'd consider it just because it's 40 to 1. But if only being $20, I would just ride it out. All right, guys, we'll stay on for another 5 or so minutes. If you have any other questions, feel free to send them in. A lot of good draft questions today. A lot of real good stuff. Grab the Cubs tonight plus the 115. So I'm gonna rock with that one tonight in the MLB. Before we go, obviously, as we said, make sure you're checking out my bookie. Use promo code BMOC. Get yourself a 50% deposit bonus. But that's that, guys, for tonight. Couple of baseball previews and take a look at DePaul and the South Florida Bulls. Tomorrow we have a pretty limited card, so I'm not sure if I'll be on the air. We'll probably have to get back at it Friday, but we'll be here nonetheless. We'll let you all know what we're doing, probably on Periscope later. That'll be fun. As always, everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please support the sponsor, and always enjoy what we're doing. Are you single now, big man? No, I'm not. I'm not sure where you heard that. Are you just assuming? Listen, you get into fights, you have arguments, but no, after talking some things out, everything's okay. So no, I'm not single. Not that it's any of your business, but you asked a question and I respond. So no, everything's okay. All of you have a good day, a good night. Be safe out there. Do what you're doing. And we will see you next time.